What's up guys, Sean here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm carrying today and a couple little upgrade parts that came in. So I have my 15V Manix 2 Flytanium aluminum ball cage anodized red Rips Garage Tech V2 milled titanium clip. By far the best and sexiest milled clip I've ever used so far. And I actually have a gift on the way from somebody over in the Spyderco Millie Club named Brandon. Turns out he is a viewer here on the channel, and he put up his River's Edge Cutlery Manix 2 for sale on the Spyderco Millie Club buy sell trade post. He put it up with the black Rips Garage Tech V2 clip, and he even was throwing in a green anodized V2 clip that was not on the knife, and he had it down to $280 and nobody hopped on it yet. These clips are $60 a piece. I'm amazed that nobody jumped on that. I hope he sold it, and I certainly hope he didn't take any less, because that was a steal right there. But anyways, I commented asking if he was willing to sell just the extra clip, and he messaged me, or he commented back and said, you can just have it, or he said, shoot me your information and you can just have it. And I was amazed. I told him, I definitely appreciate it, but I don't, I'm just a regular guy just like everybody else. Like, I don't feel deserving of it. I said, let me give you something for it. I don't, money's tight and everything, but I feel weird accepting things for free sometimes, I mean, it's nice to get gifts and all, but I don't want to get special treatment over other people, you know what I mean? But that was really kind, very generous of him. That's on the way. I'm super excited about that. Still trying to figure out what knife I want to put it on. Originally I was thinking my other Manix 2, because I really love this clip for the Manix 2, but I don't think the green anodized, it's like a electric green kind of color. I don't think that's gonna really go good with that one. So I might put that on my PM2 build with the Wharncliffe blade and the green anodized hardware and stuff. It'll go perfect with that. That already has a rock scale design backspacer with the integrated lanyard tube, all that good stuff, all decked out. So it would be a good fit for that one. But yeah, I'm obsessed with this knife. Also, really love the sound. There's a nice little snap to it. And the best thing about the Manix 2, I have the standard spring, standard ball. I wouldn't waste my money on either of those things unless you have like really sensitive fingers. I love the action of it with the stock spring. It makes it feel, when accompanied with the ball lock, it gives you the sensation that there's actually a detent ball. So action is great. Fidgetability is great. It's aesthetically pleasing in every way. To the touch, how it sounds, how it looks, how it cuts, how it carries, all around. I mean, killer combo. Then Benchmade 940. You guys just saw this one just yesterday, so no need to go into details about this, besides the fact it's just a great knife. One of the greatest knife designs of all time. And this one, I've been trying to add in some knives that I've been neglecting into my rotation. So this is my Knife Joy exclusive para 3 20 CV blade steel DLC coated blade. These are the I think it's toxic green is what they call it, scales that come on it from Knife Joy. Or these are the toxic green G10 scales that Knife Joy does with their exclusives, and they were milled, frag pattern milled, by my buddy Anthony Griffin. So shout out to Anthony Griffin. He actually makes knives. He's made fixed blades, folders. He's made scales for many different models of knives now. He makes custom milled clips. He can make backspacers. He can make anything. He's even made folders. I've never tried one of his folders, but I have experienced quite a bit of his work, especially when it comes to the customization area. And I mean, his work is top notch. He's a really awesome guy, big time supporter of the channel and supporter of me in general. You know, he was one of the people that donated to my first giveaway when I hit 1,000 subscribers. He sent me many gifts and just hooked me up with deals and all kinds of stuff over the years. So really nice guy, very generous. And that constitutes what I'm carrying today. So we have the 20 CV, we got the corrosion resistance under control, we have the CPM M4, we have all the toughness that we could possibly need. And the Benchmade 940 is a nice, robust, strong blade shape too. So essentially a very fidgety, very sexy pry bar that can actually cut. And then we have the insane edge retention and wear resistance with the 15V. So I'm covering all my bases today. Best of all three. And then I had this in my my little briefcase thing that I take back and forth to the barbershop with me every day. Has my sharpening stuff, my Weeha drivers, some basically whatever I need for sharpening and or modifications or tuning a knife or whatever. So this 8020 was actually one of the things that was gifted to me from Anthony. So another shout out to Anthony. However, this blade is not the blade that came on it. The blade that came on it was the drop point or clip point blade. And then I just got this blade, I don't know, earlier in the week. I purchased this from Brian Kim over at Transparent Knives. This is a factory 3V Demko 80 20.5 blade. And I put a fresh edge on it the other day. So I did the blade swap on this. When Anthony gifted this knife to me, it already had these RGT Rips Garage Tech G10 scales and backspacer on it. And this G10 doesn't really have any texture to it, any type of grip. It's slick. It doesn't look especially good in any way to me personally. I mean, it's nice and neutral. It doesn't look bad. I think it looks nicer than the FRN does. But since I went ahead and finally got a 3V blade in the shark's foot blade shape, which is a Wharncliffe, one of my favorite blade shapes, I like this knife a whole lot more, and I decided I wanted to, you know, kind of do the whole personalization, customization thing with this one and really make it into you know, my perfect kind of build. So I have some stuff on the way for this one. Some of it you're gonna have to wait and see. I have one thing just came in the mail for it, and that is this. This is aftermarket thumb stud. Let me open this up so you guys can get a better look. And I'll hold it up next to the factory thumb stud, which I'm not looking forward to getting out. It's just a flat head that you have to take out, but these are not fun to try to get out. I don't want to add heat to it. I don't want to heat up the blade and hurt the heat treat. So I don't know, I might put a soldering iron tip just to the stud itself. But yeah, so let's see here. How can we get this? I'll get you guys a better view of it later on, but it's a tad smaller than the factory one, which I actually like big thumb studs. But one thing about this that I don't like is because it has that flat head slot, it actually it's like a sharp lip in there. So when you go to reverse flick it, after like the 100th flick, it does start you know, wearing down your skin because of that really sharp edge. And I mean, most importantly, I think it's just going to make it look a whole lot better with this black stud. And this is actually DLC coated, so I'm hoping that this finish holds up, and it's also going to make this knife, the build kind of come together, because I have, like I said, several other parts coming for it, including a black Cerakoted Lynch Northwest titanium deep carry clip, and some custom scales and custom back spacer that I ordered from Carbodize. So really excited to get this build all together. As far as the edge goes, this thing sharpened up great. I stuck with 18 degrees per side, and that's a pretty big bevel, which I don't really care. But yeah, a little bit thick behind the edge, but this thing, it's a great everyday carry, utility, task kind of blade shape. You know, very, very functional, very practical, very useful. Really, really digging this. And it sharpened up great. No complaints. I will be doing, you know, I haven't best tested it yet, but I would have to imagine it's probably below 50. It came out very sharp. And last but not least, got something in from Rip's Garage Tech today. So remember, I was telling you how my screws kept on working their way loose on this Manix 2 build, and I think that a possibility is because the factory lanyard tube is not like a snug fit, and maybe that's allowing like pressure, like torque, to kind of go back and forth in both directions, and kind of assisting in helping these screws to work themselves loose. So not sure if that is the cause or not, but there's nothing else that holds the back end of this really together or in place. So, You know, you have all the screws up here. That's a lot of handle space where, you know, leverage can be applied in all kinds of directions where there's not really any type of support between them besides the lanyard tube. So in hopes of figuring out how to get these screws to stop coming loose, which I actually didn't carry this yesterday so that the Loctite could actually completely cure. And let's see, so far they've not worked their way back out. So I might have just needed to let the Loctite actually cure, but nonetheless, this will also look better because it is, let's see, is it better with this open? See how it's like chamfered on the inside? Has that fat chamfered lip. Nice and polished. And as you can see, I put the satin hardware back in it, and I like the satin clip screws. I like the contrast, you know, and the satin also goes nicely with the blade. If this was a DLC coated blade, then I, you know, think the black hardware would look better. But you know, and the black hardware does offer nice contrast against these scales, don't get me wrong, but there's enough difference between the satin and this like blasted gray that I think the polish looks good too, and that's polished. So I thought polish was the way to go, considering you can't get titanium anodized red. If you could, I probably would. But I think this is going to look the cleanest and sexiest. So I'm going to be putting that in. And what did I do with my baggie? All right, thumb stud in here. Oh yeah, and I think these two kind of look good together. I just like a pop of color sometimes. I like some contrast and some texture, some different patterns. I love the hexy pattern right here. I love frag pattern. You know, the patterns, they not only add to the visual appeal, but also like the tactility of it. I don't mean like tactical, like tactile. Just how it feels, you know, pleasant to touch. I don't know the words for it. I guess it's part of aesthetically pleasing, but yeah, badass combination. I don't give the Para 3s enough attention. You know, they're really great knives, but I have a lot of really nice knives that I love, you know, so I have to spread that love amongst all of them. So yeah, anytime you take your knives out of your pockets to show them or flick them or anything in your car, make sure you put them all back in your pocket before you forget about them and leave it sitting in your lap, or you will have it go skating across the pavement wherever you parked, and that is really you know, it'll really make you sick to your stomach, especially on a knife that you've invested a lot of money into, a lot of work, a lot of, you know, thought, and just, you know, it's something you develop kind of like an attachment. I know it's kind of stupid, but it is what it is. So, you know, if this went skating across the concrete, you know, it's built to handle it. I'm sure it would be fine, but it would hurt. So, yeah, you don't want to just leave a bunch of knives in your lap, especially if you're doing a video like this, and, you know, easy to have things slip your mind. At least it is for me. So that's a little tip for the day. But yeah, about to go back into the shop. Just wanted to do a quick little video for you guys, and sorry that the other video hasn't been uploaded yet showing the sharpening results of Bob's knife. I have a lot of video footage that I recorded throughout that whole process, so I'm still trying to go through it all and pick out what I want and get it all together. The editing's almost done, but yeah, so I'm not gonna say it's gonna be up later today and then it not go up again, but I'm working on that, and that's gonna be going up soon. So hopefully tonight, but you know, I do have other aspects to my life also that I have to deal with, so can't just do knives 24/7, unfortunately. Anyway, hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great weekend. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.